Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Dwight!
Merrill over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It's all over for Chicago.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah! Fun, you say, Macho Man? Well, welcome to the newest installment of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am one half of that duo, Cole Johnson. And already starting. We haven't even gotten underway. And yes, it is already there. But seriously, though, everybody, this is Tuesday. Tomorrow, you already know what's going to come up. But as for tomorrow, today, at the bottom of this hour, we'll have Drew Willingham joining us. The playmaker will join us in the second hour. And to begin things, let's go whip around, shall we? Oh my gosh, that football game put me to sleep. I think it put a lot of people, even in Cleveland, to sleep, although the score was 32-13 in the Browns' favor. It was a rout, and the game really wasn't that close. The Browns controlled everything on the ground, and it just simply made life tough for the Bengals' defensive line. Meanwhile, the offensive line, well, it looks like they still have issues protecting Mr. Joe Burrow. It looks like the Bengals they dropped to 4-4. It looks like they are a team that misses Jamar Chase, and it's unfortunate because he's going to be out for at least this month, maybe a little bit of December. And if that's the case, that might be too big a blow for them to deal with. But they still have fight in them. Hopefully, they will continue and bounce back from this. Really, their most porous effort in the 2022 campaign. It's as if they forgot that they are the defending AFC champions because it looked like they just rolled their helmets on the field. Meanwhile, the Browns played like they were a team desperate to do anything to right the ship. And what I find funny is that they produce points and they produce yardage, and they are the fourth best rushing team in the league, yet they seem to go away from it. Last night, they did not. And the duo of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb getting over 100 yards and actually getting 20 carries, that really proved to be the difference. And Jacoby Brissett probably had one of his best games as a pro. Well, they up their mark to 3-5. Let's see if they can continue this. I highly doubt it because they seem to want to go up and down just like the Dow Jones market. Now, there's a coaching vacancy in the college ranks. Auburn fired their football coach, Brian Harsin, and now it is a free-for-all as to who's going to be the guy to replace him. Now, one candidate that seems to come up is the former Ole Miss head coach, Hugh Freeze, who sort of brought the team back to, I won't say prominence, brought the team back to, I guess you could say, competition. But fear not. Auburn is still going to tank the rest of this season. I mean, what else can they do? They're in the midst of Ole Miss having a really good season, and Alabama, although they're not Alabama of the past, they still are Alabama, the team to really be reckoned with in the SEC West. So, sorry, Hugh. But Auburn, that's a really good job. I don't know who's going to fill it. Hugh Freeze, I doubt it. But hey, they may dig up Pat Dye from the grave and have him coach the sideline again for Auburn. So, are we going to finally put to bed the Trastros comments and the Astros scandal talk? No. Why? Simply because it is fodder for every single journalist to write. And why is it? It's because the hatred of the Astros is so hard and so fervent. And no, this is not me as an Astros fan talking, saying this as an uh, unbiased bystander in this scenario. They say it because, well, Astros fan may need to concern themselves with the Phillies fan, I should say, getting a little testy.
Bitch, are you for real?
They in Philly. You're talking about a team, you're talking about a fan base that booed the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and cheered Michael Irvin when he broke his neck. You mean to tell me that you should have this warning placed to Astros fan? Please. And besides, the trope gets ridiculous and tired. Yes, the Astros cheated in 2017. Yes, it was proven. Yes, they were punished. No, to just about everybody's standards, the players weren't punished enough, if at all. And but they forget that it's the organization that received the punishment. One guy got the pink slip. No, two guys got the pink slip, and the organization got fined. What else could they do? Invoke the death penalty on the Astros? But I think that would be what most casual MLB fan would want. They'd basically want to SMU the Houston Astros before they can proceed and do anything else. Newsflash: these are professionals. It's unfortunate that they caught cheating, but so did the Yankees with watches, and so did the Red Sox with watches in the same era. But do we hear talk about banning either one of them or Xing off any of them? No. Game 3 tonight, first pitch is supposed to start at 8:03 Eastern. That is considering if the heavens don't open up like they did last night. Playmaker. He will join me at the top of the hour. Sir, you said that the Clippers would be competing, and one of the reasons why would be Kawhi Leonard. Well, riddle me this. Why is Kawhi remaining out, not being placed out, remaining out with stiffness in that right knee? Why? And he is due to miss 6 more games. And the reason why I had to laugh at the Clippers being a contender was because Kawhi Leonard is now the Clippers version of Anthony Davis. I mean, he can't stay healthy to save his life for real.
Damn!
Here is the skinny. So, the Clippers are supposed to go to Houston and San Antonio. Kawhi will not join them. And head coach of the Clippers, Ty Lue, is basically saying that he understands that he sat out his 4th straight game last night, and he will sit out 6 more. He also said the following along with it. Quote, he's frustrated. He wants to be out on the floor, and then not being on the floor, and then now he can't travel. He wants to travel, but the doctor said that it's not the right thing to do with the stiffness and what he is going through. Close quote. Well, you know what y'all should do. The Lakers should get together with the Clippers. You should find a third team, and you should trade Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard to that same team. Maybe then they will get off of the benches and start to play. Novel concept, right? I doubt it. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred. He is saying that the Oakland Athletics will be possibly no more because they cannot find the funds to build a new stadium in Oakland. Instead, he thinks it would be a good idea for the A's to explore new ballpark options. Now, the A's have played in the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Thank you, the late, great Howard Cosell, since 1968, and the lease expires after 2024. So they talked about new ballpark plans to be in the nearby suburb of Fremont and San Jose. And they announced this about 4 years ago, but it, of course, went down the tubes. Commissioner Manfred had this to say yesterday about Oakland's tenuous time possibly left in Oakland and maybe their future being elsewhere. Sorry about that. Quote, "The pace in Oakland has not been rapid, number one. We're in a stadium situation that's really not tenable. I mean, we need to do something to alter the situation, so I'm concerned about the lack of pace. Given the fact they have not made a deal in Oakland, and I've been talking to this since the day I started, it's about 8 years ago, I think it's prudent that they are exploring another alternative because something needs to happen in Oakland." Close quote. Yes, that's something which needs to happen in Oakland is keeping the team there. It's ridiculous that you're going to encourage them to search for another deal, and then you're going to have them search for a deal in a city that took another one of their city's professional football teams. So you're going to have Las Vegas take the NFL franchise, and you're encouraging Las Vegas to take the MLB franchise that has both been in that city since the 1960s. Sometimes I just don't understand where your thought process is, Manfred, but I guess money talks, and unfortunately you can't walk, which sucks because the owners, I guess, like what you do, which is absolutely ridiculous. And that's today's Whip Around. A break, a slight prison in a moment, and then Drew Willingham will join me at the bottom of the hour. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. We will be back right after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. I have a way for you to support our humble little morning show and support your favorite team and or player at the same time. All you have to do is go to officialsitmorn.com/fanatics. That's right, officialsitmorn.com/fanatics. With the NFL on the way, as well as Major League Baseball heading into its playoff stage, you can support your favorite player and or team, and you can also support this morning show, as Fanatics is an affiliate sponsor of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Just head on over to officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and you can support your favorite team and or player. Fanatics, where sports fans shop. And when you go there, tell them Snowman sent you. Thanks.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
For Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Yordan Alvarez, and it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch.
Michael Jordan can sense.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold, hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. You'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker. Cause we take this job so serious.
Now batting, hitting the bong later, but drinking of his coffee mug. Number 420, Wise El Jefe. Number 420.
How to do it?
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It's Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and I am joined by my partner, Brian Snow, a.k.a. the Snowman. How's everything?
What the hell happened in Cleveland last night?
Well, I put it this way. The Bengals rolled their helmet on the field, and the Browns decided to play football for the first time this season.
Good thing I was asleep.
Here's the funny thing. So the Browns offensively can do what they've done, and they've done this all season long, yet they've had issues in actually playing to type. Similar to the Cowboys. They run the ball effectively well, right? So they decide most times to not do that. And when they do, last night is what results. And by the way,
yes,
because they were able to run, it helped their defense out, and they were able to put Joe Burrow to the turf about 6 times. So I'll be surprised. A running game helping out the whole team. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? And what a concept.
Right.
What else did I miss? Did I miss any of the? Because he really said in our post,
yeah.
Well, I literally said in our post game chatter last night that I was not.
And hopefully we'll
watching Brown.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately the game that we were going to watch got washed out. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Along with that,
game 3 tonight in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So along with that, I talked about Kawhi Leonard, who was already missed some time, is going to miss even more time. So basically, I basically say that he is the Clippers equivalent to Anthony Davis, and that and that I proposed a trade option. I said, the Clippers should get together with the Lakers. They should find a third team, and Davis and Kawhi should join them. Should trade them there.
I got an idea, and Jay Spivey's going to love me for this. Charlotte Hornets. And yes, I am taking a direct shot at my former home.
Well, and then unfortunately, since you're eating, this might
because I don't.
Yeah, it's unfortunate since you're eating. This might cause indigestion. I ended whip around with this stupid Rob Manfred saying that he's encouraging the A's to look for other stadiums elsewhere.
I'm eating breakfast.
I gave you fair warning.
You did.
All right. So since you
Rob Manfred is a dumbass, just like Roger Goodell. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Well, goes without saying, but yes. All right. So before we have our guest join us in about 2 minutes or so.
Actually, there's a change.
Oh, there's a change.
Unfortunately, Drew will not be able to join us this morning because of technical difficulties at his place. So,
okay. Well then, we can tackle this. So, we are 2 weeks into the NBA season, and it seems as though either defense is optional or offenses are performing at a rate that we have never seen before in NBA annals.
I go with option one. Defense is optional.
And why is that? Well, entering Sunday's games, half the league was averaging 115 points a game. Now, this has not been seen in the NBA even for an entire season since the 1970 season, when you had 8 of 14 teams accomplish that feat. Now, I look at it this way. I'm with you. I think it's option one. Defense is optional because you have these teams who now, like I said, we have I'm going to be kind, and you might take this as a backhanded compliment too. We have the Golden State Warriors to thank for this because they execute a style of play that still the 29 other teams try and to mitigating degrees of success achieve.
Well, it's like I said, Steph Curry took an anomaly and turned it into a weapon. And then your piggyback, and it's so true, and it's true to this day, the Warriors took that weapon and turned it into a strategy.
And I got a chance to have a front row seat at seeing a team, talking about the Rockets, try to implement this. And of course,
times.
And of course they failed because 4 different times they went against the masters of this type of style and failed each of them. And the way they did it was they bored you with isolation. Which was what the Warriors did back in 2014. They were an ISO team all the way. That's how they managed to score. But what they found was the ISO on one end is fine when the shots fall. When the shots don't fall, it gives fast break opportunities to the opposite team, and it causes you to be defensively, how can I say this, compromised.
I have a better word. Defensively suspect.
Well, yeah, that too.
Like the Lakers are right now.
Oh, that's funny because people are actually saying that team is actually good defensively, but I digress. So
say that again.
Yeah, people are actually saying that the Lakers defense, largely because of Darvin Ham's thought process of having Westbrook come off the bench, is actually pretty good.
And who is on that team?
Oh, who's on the team?
Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
And we'll talk more on that for sure tomorrow. But
damn right, because I'm going to contribute to the LJPN this time. I got a few things up my sleeve. Real quick, folks. Today is November 1st, and at 5 p.m. today, it'll be the rebirth of snowmaninthemorning.com. So you're going to see all the promos change with our website. I plan to get all that done today in the midst of everything else I need to do around the house. Shut up, Wise. I see you. But let's see if Wise didn't bust our chops about that, then that we are. But yeah, snowmaninthemorning.com goes live 5 p.m. Eastern time today. I got the
we'll
final pieces in place. I'm going to be running around. So the new SDM Pod Center is now live. I'll provide details on that tomorrow.
All right. Well, to the chat we go. Everybody, how are you all doing? Victor says, did Ray Ray produce his whole facts? For some reason, he put me as his emergency contact, and HR won't leave me alone. His honest hostship verification. Help.
Victor, I love you, but I hate you for that, for making me laugh while I'm having my breakfast.
And Andrew and Vicar saying hellos to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to you, Wise. It's great
Morning,
to see you
Wise.
as always, brother. Vic says, yeah, the LA walking wounded. I think that would be suffice to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think both both the Clippers and the Lakers are walking wounded individual teams. Ryan says, good morning, gentlemen, and good morning to everyone listening and watching, and good morning to you, sir. And I share the same sentiment as Victor says, good morning, Mr. McCoffey. And as for the...
I can't believe that name stuck.
Oh, you can't believe it stuck. And you're talking to this chat that anything that they find humorous does. But
listen, I was half asleep when I came up with that pseudonym for Ryan. I was half asleep in the middle of a segment, and I was so excited to see the chat booming, and I see Ryan pop up, and the next thing I know, out my mouth comes Ryan McCoffey.
Mm-hmm. You had coffee on your brain too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because I sure did get some that day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yes, and as for the team, as for having the teams averaging over 115 points a game, and two options I put forth, Victor says, oh yes, option one. And Andrew agrees with this too. He says definitely option one.
And good morning to Queen Antricia Bray, one of the queens of the chat, joining us this morning.
Good morning, Antricia. And yes, I have to talk with you, and I definitely will sometime this week.
Same.
We definitely have to catch up.
We definitely do.
Mr. Sick Diggy in the house. How you doing, brother?
All the way from Norway, which makes us, I believe, an internationally syndicated sports show.
Well, yeah, it does.
Which is weird because I've had people talk ish to me saying I would never get syndicated.
Really?
And thanks to the power of the technology of the 21st century, not only are we nationally syndicated, we are internationally syndicated.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I like that.
And while I'm continuing to preach, take a gamble on yourself. I took a gamble on this project in 2013. I took a gamble on my own company back in 1995. But because some people see all the dollar signs and would love to throw shade at you, and I know you've gone through this, and Victor, you also, Mr. McCoffey, you also, because they don't see the dollar signs come in immediately, they think, oh, well, you're not going to make a living doing this. Freaking watch me.
Well, fine. I don't care what they say. I still don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I get, the less I care.
See, you and I think the same way. Because my only challenge is freaking watch me.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Watch me.
I mean, it's to the point where I don't even recognize him. I don't even acknowledge him, nor even recognize him anymore, because I know it's there. The only thing is, oh well, you're not me, but it's going to be Mike Jones.
Because when we meet in a year's time in Las Vegas, and Cole Sports with a Z has one part of Radio Row, and yours truly has the other part of Radio Row, giving all the others a big middle finger, then what are they going to say? It's like, I get Aunt Tricia a day after Christmas. Nice. I may get Aunt Tricia on my new podcast before that. And yes, I have a new podcast called The Brian Snow Podcast. That's coming soon. And in fact, my first episode will feature the voice of the Colts and Matt Taylor. We're going to tape that today.
All right. Cool. Oh, yeah.
I'm dying to get Greg Papa, the voice of the 49ers, on also.
No, you'll probably eventually do.
But,
yeah. Oh, and Vic, I'm with you.
Thank you, Victor.
Now you can look those dogs in the face and say,
shut up.
Look, I say that we're on the Mike Jones journey. You know, we're in the back didn't want me stage right now, and I'm fine with that because there's gonna be a time.
Same.
There's gonna be a time we hot and they're gonna be all up on us, and I'm good with that because I'm gonna laugh at it and be like, you weren't with me then, you ain't gonna be with me now.
Wait till the sponsors come calling.
I already know.
You already know this picture. And Victor, you know this picture as well. Victor's been my engineer for many, many years doing play-by-play. Victor was one of the first ones who told me when I started and Trisha,
as the queen speaks,
because she don't give her time to nobodies. Amen to that.
You done Trisha anything, you are somebody special because she don't give her time to nobodies. You guys rock. So do you, ma'am.
You rock.
So do you,
Trisha. You absolutely rock. Let's take a break. When we come back, the wonderful world that is Kyrie. Did I say that aloud?
Kyrie? Oh, Lord.
We're not off the rails yet. That happens Friday. Actually, take that back. That actually happens tomorrow. And wise, we're gonna keep it that way. And I also add this warning: I'm going to attempt to be nice. Who told this lie? Shut up.
Back after this.
Back info.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets. Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
You better believe it is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. That's Cole Johnson on my left. I am he called the Snowman. And I have something awesome for y'all to support. And it goes like this: with the launching of the SDM Sports Radio Network becoming official today, even though we have a couple play-by-play broadcasts in, we're going to do more, especially locally here in Jennings County, because I have Jennings County basketball on the works. How can you all support from afar? You can do this. Go to patreon.com/SDM Sports Radio Network. Not only will it keep us afloat, it'll keep us producing some great content, including this here show, Snowman in the Morning, which is a part of the network, and also the brand new SDM Pod Center, which I'll talk more about in the second half of the show. But for as low as $5 a month, you can help the show, you can help the network, because it gonna blow up. In the words of one of my daughters, it gonna blow up. That's just how much confidence everyone has in what I'm doing. To the chat we go.
I'm listening.
I love that. I love that. Good morning. Good morning to you. And Sick Diggy gave us a great suggestion. Happy November. There needs to be more attention regarding men's health, especially in sports. I'm gonna take that initiative, using the highlights of my journey of my fight against cancer and my recovery therein, because by the spring we're gonna be hitting the road and we're gonna be doing a lot of vlogs for it. So that will get started in a weekly blog next week. And like I said, I will use myself as a highlight, just so men can get. How does my dad put it? And Pops, I love you for this phrase. Just so we can help men get some order about themselves.
That's a good phrase. Yeah, and I do talk mental health on my Revelations platform a lot.
You do.
I'll have to have that bleeding in the Cole Sports platform too.
And I'm going to assist you in that, because I do battle mental health. I've had a couple of things happen in my life that really sent me down the wrong spiral. And after meeting my beautiful wife, Jody, there's still some issues I tackled today from my past, and she's going to get through them. So all that's going to get highlighted on every show that we do and every show that I do personally.
Yeah. Andrew, I share that sentiment. I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween either. Unfortunately, I married a woman who is, and so
I went to sleep.
So she loves the little kitties dressed up in costume.
Man, the last costume I wore, I was Superman. That's the last time I celebrated, and the last costume I wore.
When I studied on what Halloween really is, I decided not to celebrate it at all.
Hey, we celebrated the best way we knew possible.
Oh yeah,
we went to bed.
6 says, next Halloween I might dress up like Danny Glover and tell folks to go spit. But in the words of Shy McBride,
I'm getting too old for this.
Vic says he loves Halloween. Yeah, that's cool. And I don't hate on those who do.
Listen, I know Victor's next costume is going to be that of Jonathan Taves. for those of you that are hockey aficionados, you know who Jonathan Taves is. That's current Chicago Blackhawk captain who has a Conn Smythe trophy in his trophy case. Screw Kyrie. We're 7 minutes away from playmaker, and I'm gonna have to step up. You know what? The hell with it. I'm going to set this up, and this time I'm going to be one pushing the button because I want Cole to send an email. Note the evil smile on the creator's face.
Okay, to whom or where?
The Brooklyn mess.
Oh, okay.
In particular, Kyrie, because the Brooklyn mess, the LA Fakers, and the LA Crippers all are finding out one thing the hard way.
You can't handle the truth.
So, yeah, that they can't buy their chance. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm already writing stuff in email. Okay, my bad.
So, handing this off to Cole Sports, we're going to do this.
Email Brooklyn Nets. CC Kyrie Irving, Los Angeles Lakers, and Los Angeles Clippers. BCC owners of each team. Subject of email. You can't buy a championship. Body of email.
Now, Cook. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. The Clippers seem to have issues with Kawhi Leonard. And I will talk about those issues with our guest coming up in the next segment. The Lakers seem to have issues with chemistry altogether. And oh, by the way, the Nets seem to have the same type of chemistry issues. I think you all are starting to learn that when you make this race to be the winner of the free agent market in the summertime, it does not always equate to raising up the Larry O'Brien trophy come June the following year. I think you're starting to understand that you need to have these things called, chemistry, things such as skill, things such as health, things such as camaraderie to actually make a team. That you just simply can't grab a hold of people who are wonderful talents and you can have them come together, be like super friends, and you Justice League your way to a championship. I think you're starting to see that it's a little more difficult than you could imagine. I mean, didn't we just get finished celebrating last month's Netflix film, documentary film, The Redeem Team, where the theme of it was we learned in 2004 that you just simply can't pluck talent from one team and pluck talent from another team and pluck talent from another team, have them come together, and all of a sudden a championship comes. Did we learn that lesson? Because they said that they tried that in 2004 too, and it failed. 2004, it failed. And then they tried it in 2006 with actually trying to build the team up, and they were on their way there, but they failed there too. And it took the piece of Kobe Bryant to make it all make sense. I bring up the Redeem Team for this reason. It took 4 years of building for that team to bring a gold medal home. You all think it takes one to bring a Larry O'Brien trophy home. And you all are learning very fast that you all do not have the goods because you all are too old. You all do not have enough depth. And you might have talents that are not the big names, but because of the egos of the big names, the talents of the others get swallowed up whole. You know, like you all are black holes to their talent. You know, it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, we're now getting to the point where the Lakers are celebrating their first win of the season, and yes, you can say the first win under the Darvin Ham era Lakers, like they have won either a playoff bid, a playoff series, or the conference championship. I think you're starting to understand that when we do say these things due to one number 6 of the Lakers, when he tweeted this back in August of last year, that we could talk about his squad and the personnel ages, the way they played, he stays injured, past the time to league. I'll even add an addendum, the way you all shoot. You actually said, please keep the same narrative energy when it begins. Well, the energy is on and it's popping. You all Lakers are slow. You're old. You can't shoot. You don't have any chemistry, and you want to have the one guy to be the stalwart figure. And there really isn't one, because the one who probably can, he'll be 38 come January, come the end of December. Meanwhile, you have the Nets, who you have a guy in Kevin Durant who can ball his butt off. You have Kyrie Irving who can ball his butt off too, and I will talk about you, sir, in a minute. But you have this third guy that was supposed to bring you all over the top. But the man has more fouls than points. And I'm talking about Benjamin Simmons. Oh, and who the heck is on the team with him? You don't have one that really is of note. And then there's the Clippers. I thought Paul George was supposed to help the Clippers become a team that is, they may win a playoff series, they might luck up and win 2, to being a team that actually can compete for a championship. What happened? Because we rarely ever hear the name mentioned. We hear Ty Lue's name mentioned more than we hear Paul George's name mentioned. And then the star that's supposed to bring the team a championship simply cannot get that knee healthy. The problem with his knee that has been in existence since before he was a Raptor still is in effect this very day. And so this exciting team that has John Wall on it too, that's supposed to be a champion, just like your crosstown, no, sorry, I can't say crosstown, just like your in arena rival, you all can't get out your way. You all absolutely suck in chemistry and in shooting and in the fact that you have the skill set to make it, but you don't have the chemistry to do so. And speaking of chemistry, it's time for me to talk to the chemistry vacuum himself. One Mr. Woke People's Champion. One Mr. How can I put this succinctly? Uncle AWOL. One Mr. Kyrie Irving. You know, I could give a crap about what you talked about in terms of the link to the film Hebrews, the Negroes Wake Up Black America. I could give a crap about that. I could give 2 craps about the fact that you actually are trying to do the straight and narrow because you want to get paid next year. What I do give a crap about is the fact that you are one of the 3 biggest pieces, although one is in hiding, in plain sight. And is supposed to produce a championship, and you come out the starting gate just like the Clippers, and the Lakers are slow. And and you're supposed to be the guy that's supposed to carry them to the promised land. What happened?
He doesn't care.
I look at you, sir, and I could say, you know what? Bravo, you're doing a wonderful job and not trying to be a rubber rouser. You're doing a good job and not trying to be a troublemaker. And
Halt. Trying not to be a troublemaker.
I said trying. I didn't say he succeeded. And
very true.
And look, I had to give you credit. You're averaging 30 points a game. You're pulling out 5 boards. You're giving out 5 dimes. You actually are being the most diverse in your game that you've been in your entire career. I got to give you credit. But I already know how this book ends each season. Every book you have read, every book you've written, I mean, and when I mean my book, I mean each season. It involves you voluntarily bouncing from your team for some inexplicable reason. Last year, it was vaccine. The year before, it was the U.S. Capitol riots. What's it going to be this year? You stand on principle that you are a what do you call it? A black Israelite, and you're gonna fall to criticism that you saw on the court with people courtside with people wearing "Don't do anti-Semitism" on their shirts. And you're going to say, I'm sorry, let me do this correctly. You're going to say something to the effect of, quote, I'm so traumatized. I am so mentally weak. I have to step away from the court. Close quote. Now, I know before this email, we actually said that we would talk about these issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not making light of if that were to be true. I'm making light of the fact of the subject matter because he will find ways to not play. And I can see the yellow brick road being laid for him to simply be on the sidelines or even not be on the sidelines, just be at home chilling. I could see it. And why do I see it? Because the team sucks. He doesn't want to be on it. He tried to get his way off the team, but he found out that even though he and his talent could command $35 million, a team didn't want to pay 5 to get him.
Oops.
And so he figured, oh, so the bag is best where I was and where I don't want to be. Oh, okay, fine. I'll grit my teeth and play there for one more season. So now he has to be a good little Boy Scout and not try and walk the straight and narrow. Now, Nets owner, Governor Joe Tsai, now wants to call him out on being a black Israelite. Son, and I'm addressing this to Mr. Tsai. Son, you knew this guy was a troublemaker in that realm before you signed him. Why are you going to call him out on this now?
Because he didn't do his full due diligence, perhaps?
So I can say, well, the problem is Kyrie. No, I'm looking where the source is. Mr. Tsai, you are the problem in this situation because you wanted big names, but you did not realize and you did not take into account that those big names cannot produce a championship.
Oops.
Just like your counterpart, Jeannie Buss, is starting to realize 3,000 miles away that the tandem she has now isn't doing it. So she's realizing that, and a governor owner that I actually like, and I actually like Jeannie Buss too, and a governor I actually like, or owner that I actually like, Steve Ballmer, he's starting to discover that as well.
Yep.
Bottom lining it.
Please do.
You 3 teams play in the 2 biggest markets in the United States. And what sucks about the rest of us is that it doesn't matter if the teams do well or the teams tank. We will talk about you all from now until when you all are bounced from either the playoffs or the regular season. Simply because, well, we, the rest of America, have nothing else better to do than to talk about the 3 fledgling franchises that reside in the 2 biggest markets. Thank the Lord we have a 4th in the Knicks that aren't doing as bad as the other 3 right now.
Thank the Lord for that.
Otherwise, we'd be hearing about all 4 of them tanking instead of just the 3 of you. But keep with the drama, because as the Nets, the Clippers, and the Lakers turn, so do our stomachs in vomiting in a toilet.
Yes, sir.
Cole Johnson. Win.
Bravo, sir.
That felt good.
Bravo.
That felt good. And before we bring on our guest, hour number 2 starts right now. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
All of it between 2 people and 4 nostrils. All of it was gone.
LeBron James is pure, unadulterated trash as a basketball player and has been for 20 years.
We don't
want to see that. Wait a minute. We don't want to see
Number 420. YSL. Number 420.
I had to do it. Oh, man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Hour
and as
number
we
2
turned into hour 2, there's someone we need to welcome.
That's right. Ramily Talks On, and amongst other content, the one who joins us every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, Daryl Silence, a.k.a. The Playmaker. What's up, man?
No turnaround chair action this time, Playmaker?
We suck. We suck. We suck.
Wow, already.
We suck.
He's like this.
We suck.
Wow.
We suck. We suck. We suck.
All right. Well, since you brought it up, I will say this.
And since I brought it up, y'all was gonna get it. Y'all, that was the first thing y'all was gonna do anyway.
Whatever are you?
First of all, Cole messes me because he mad because he the one who picked the Rams. I ain't telling him to pick the Rams. He made that choice his damn self.
You doggone right I am. Yes, sir.
Who told you to pick the Rams?
Since I
not
collected,
you, but doggone it. Yes, you don't right. I'm upset with
since
you.
I collected Cole's receipt, Mr. Playmaker, can I have your receipt, please? The look says it all, folks.
Yeah.
The look says it all.
What upsets me about the Rams, man? Why are they so soft, dude? Why? I don't get it.
It's only against the 49ers. It's only against the 49ers.
It's as if they want to get pushed around on the field against them. I don't understand it.
They didn't have Debo this time. Oh, we got Christian McCaffrey though. Oh, by the way, Ram Nation, y'all understand why I was pissed off when that trade happened.
Oh, the one that netted us Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, the one that you didn't even like, and I tried to tell you, like I hated this damn trade.
I was just sitting there laughing.
Hey, Chris, you want to throw a touchdown? All right. Okay. Hey, Jimmy G need a bailout. Chris McCaffrey touchdown.
Let me tell that story because this is how I found out. 3 days before they went to Los Angeles, they were just around the facility, and Kyle Shanahan just blurts out, "Does anyone know if Christian McCaffrey can still throw?" Yeah. 20 minutes later, they had footage of McCaffrey throwing, and you know the rest.
See, you all have issues. And I'm not talking about 49ers issues. The defending world champs.
I love how succinctly you put that, Cole. I love how succinctly you put that.
The defending world champs should not be able to be pushed around of both lines of scrimmages that easily.
Hold on. I think I hit Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's see. 2 games in 2019.
What?
2 games in 2020.
What?
2 games in 2021.
What?
And 2 games this year.
What?
That's what, 8 we're talking about?
Yeah, 8 games.
All the same exact way?
Except for the one, except for the second one last year that went to overtime.
Yeah, except for the overtime game.
No, I'm counting down to, because you know why? We actually had the damn lead again.
We actually had the lead at halftime. Yeah,
Truth.
Had halftime.
Truth.
Yeah.
And guess what happened in the second half?
Yeah, last 2 regular season games in SoFi, the Rams had the lead, 17-3 last year and 14-10 this year. Mr. Playmaker, I just have a simple 2-word question. What happened?
You know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Unlike the other guests on here, I know when not to get involved with him.
All right.
Because he really asked me a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
All right. I'll ask it this way. All right. So, in your estimation, why do you think the Rams have this type of mental block against the 49ers?
That's a great question.
It was more evident this week because you knew it. It was like they were waiting for that barrage to come.
They were waiting for it.
They were waiting for it. Because in the first half, screen passes, short game, and it was working. Getting chocolate dip down the field, getting points. Second half, it just seemed like, you know what? You know they finna. You know it's gonna happen. You know it's finna come. All of a sudden, what they stopped doing the short game. They stopped doing that, and all of a sudden, here come the 49ers. Bam! Jeff Wilson gets you a couple of yards. Chris McCaffrey doing his thing. But in fact, you didn't even hear from George Kittle to the last damn touchdown.
Exactly. You did not hear from George the Animal Kittle until that final touchdown. So in essence, they kept Kittle in check.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. This is why the 49ers own the Rams. It's because what Cole has been saying. Styles make fights.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
No,
that's exactly what it is. Styles make fights.
And for whatever reason, Raheem Morris, when do you gonna stop playing this soft ass coverage?
Say that again, because
please say that
when
again.
I see Rams games.
This soft ass coverage is making Jimmy G look like a genius. Like, oh, hey, he's open. You know what? Oh, I can hit him. You know what? I got some time. I can wait for a minute. I don't want that route. I can go a little deeper.
Not I can take my time in the pocket. Oh man.
See, then how do you? Was it the soft coverage? Is how you can explain McCaffrey's touchdown throw? And I'm being totally serious when I ask this question.
Yes.
When
you give Jimmy G 5 seconds in the pocket, McCaffrey's like, oh, because McCaffrey just ran out. He just like, okay, I'm flaring out. That. Oh, you know what? Play ain't working. Let me run up the field for the end zone.
Oh, that was the one in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the third quarter.
That was the third. That was the third quarter touchdown.
Yeah.
Where McCaffrey was not even supposed to be in the play.
No.
McCaffrey was a decoy.
Yeah, he was a decoy.
Because as Cole and I talked about on Monday, that pass was intended for Kittle. That was supposed to go to George Kittle.
And Kittle was there. He was there to actually receive the pass.
He was there.
He was there to receive the pass.
Then McCaffrey outsmarted everybody.
That play was dead.
Took off.
That play was dead.
That play was dead.
Mm-hmm.
But you playing soft ass coverage.
Indeed, it was.
And he's playing soft ass coverage. McCaffrey is like, okay, I'm just going to.
And he read it right.
He read it beautifully.
He read it perfectly. Yeah.
He read it beautifully and took off.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he took off, and Jimmy G bought some time, he hit him. And I want to discuss this. I want to discuss this player, and I know Playmaker's going to talk about him. Since 2019, the one defensive back that has been burned the most times by San Francisco, Taylor Rapp.
Jalen Ramsey sort of had some.
Jalen Ramsey also.
He sort of had some.
I bring up Taylor Rapp. I bring up Taylor Rapp being burned so many times by San Francisco because if you go back to 2019 in the game in Santa Clara, how the hell did he get burned by Emmanuel Sanders?
He's not a corner. He's a safety.
For a 47-yard gain. 47 yards.
He's a safety going against one of the fastest wide receivers in the league.
It's like they play the softest cover 2 I've ever seen.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I don't get.
And it's listen, Ramsey has made some wonderful plays in Los Angeles. Don't get it twisted. I'm highlighting Taylor Rapp because
Jalen Ramsey is not a soft coverage corner.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not. And they're playing him like it.
Playing him like that.
They're playing.
That's why Jalen Ramsey can't make no plays.
Yeah, he's supposed to be man to man. That's him. That's his style.
And again, I go back to that game in Santa Clara in 2019 where he and Taylor Rapp got burned on that 47-yard completion to Emmanuel Sanders on a 3rd and 16.
Because Ramsey released him.
And Taylor Rapp was supposed to come over top.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Rapp was supposed to come over the top because Ramsey let Sanders go.
Right.
He let Sanders go. And Rapp, as I said, was supposed to come over the top of that. And then Taylor Rapp let him go. So Emmanuel Sanders read that and took off.
Mm-hmm.
And the offensive line bought Garoppolo just the right amount of time, and Garoppolo hit him.
Now, if you were to sit here and say Matthew Stafford doesn't throw a pick, the Rams doesn't turn the ball over, and they actually did a decent job at protecting Matthew Stafford, Rams should win.
Agreed.
All that happened, we still got beat.
But here's what didn't happen. And this is my number 2 issue with the Rams. Number 1 issue we just covered. And I agree with you, man. Defensively, especially in the secondary, they play such a soft cover 2 is ridiculous.
That's why the D-line can't get. If the D-line don't get there, we're going to get beat.
Right.
Because they playing the soft coverage.
Right.
But if you switch it up and play man, you make the quarterback hold the ball a little bit longer because.
Right. Because you can probably get cover sacks. And because the quarterback won't have anywhere to go with it. Right. My other issue is they seem to be allergic running the football. And with a quarterback, the veteran of Stafford, I would think you would need all the protection that you can afford him. I figured, you don't necessarily have to gain 4 yards a carry, but at least give the threat that you're going to run. Because you might break 1 or 2 eventually. They don't even do that. And it frustrates me to no end as a football fan to see a team that doesn't ascribe to one aspect of offense. Run the football, you could probably do so many things off of it. And it frustrates me. And that lets a lot of teams that's in games that shouldn't even be in them. Your thoughts, sir?
I might have an answer to that. But I'm going to save it for Ram to talk. But I might have an answer to that. It might have something to do with that 2017 team. Because ever since we had that certain running back,
you must be talking about Todd Gurley.
Things changed.
Mm-hmm. Because they were a stout running team with him. But it's I'm like, it's like you all it's like the Rams abandoned just that one aspect, and it's like forget the running game. We'll entertain you all and throw a run after the five pass plays we come up with. It's like, doggone, you're not helping your team that way. But you might be onto something though.
Man. Ram talk gonna be very interesting.
No, I'm sure.
Because I'm gonna pose a question to my Rams cooks on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how they respond. I'm gonna give them my response on Rams talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good it's good to get that out the way. Sir, what's up with the Clippers? I thought you said that they were going to be one that was going to compete.
They are literally sacrificing the game to make sure their team is healthy. I seen it for everybody else seen it. I was like, okay, so I know exactly what y'all gonna do. Y'all will sacrifice certain games that's to make sure you're healthy down the road. That's what they're doing.
That's what they tried to do last year. But they
didn't try to do it. They had no choice because Kawhi Leonard wasn't there at all.
Well, the reason why I said they had to do it last year is because they start to face that now this year already. I'm like, okay, so you already held out Kawhi for now, and you're gonna hold him out at least publicly until midway through
a couple of games too.
Until midway through, or almost midway through November. Okay. You all had to compete for something, I thought. I don't know how good sitting him for so long is going to do, because last year didn't produce anything for you. And you might run the risk to have the same thing happen this year. And yes, I understand Ty Lue is a bright mind, and he's a decent strategist, actually a pretty good strategist. And and Paul George is a great number 2, and Kawhi, when motivated and healthy, he's an awesome number 1. I understand that. And John Wall, when motivated, he's an awesome point guard. I get that too. But how can they actually form any type of nucleus that works well if they can't be on the floor? And at any stretch.
Hey, this is what the Clippers want to do. You don't see if it works or not. Because this is exactly what they're doing. Kawhi's going to set his games out. They're going to have Paul George sit games out. They're going to sacrifice some games. The question is, can the others, because they did it last year and they did it the year before, can they pick up their level like they did? Because they won a lot of games without them two.
Mm-hmm.
Which was surprising to everybody. So can they pick their level up like they're supposed to?
Well, the problem I foresee is that you have a team that could do damage defensively, but offensively, they simply, without these pieces, they can't generate the points that they need. And so I find that to be problematic if, like you said, if these other pieces don't pick up the slack, because they're going to need these other pieces to do so. And I get the concept too. So you have these other pieces that don't have to rely on Paul George all the time, doesn't have to rely on John Wall all the time, because yes, he's coming back from being injured severely as well. And they don't have to rely on Kawhi all the time. I understand that concept. So you have someone else that steps up, then you're like, okay, when you have all of them together on the court, you have a unit that plays well without them. They will probably even play better with them. I get that. I just think that they're going to have to probably sit them out longer than they think, because George, Wall, and Kawhi are not young.
Shout out to PG, because he worked that one yesterday.
Oh no, yeah, and he'll pull out some dubs, and no question about that. He will pull out some dubs this year. It's just I don't
My
know.
question is
all
this.
the time. Yeah.
My question is this. I think we do have 3 teams that are at least 5-2 in the West that nobody's talking about for whatever reason. And then you have a team that I told people because of that trade it was gonna be better. Nobody didn't want to believe me, but they are 5-1 in the East, right behind Milwaukee. But nobody wants to talk about them.
So you're talking about the Cavs?
Yeah, but nobody wants to talk
Who the
about
hell
them.
are they?
We want to focus on how Mr. Ben Simmons refuses to shoot the ball.
What did you hear me say? The
preach it.
The segment
preach
before?
It, Cole. Preach it.
You're gonna have these teams like the Cavs, like the Jazz, like even the Suns and the Blazers, all get pushed aside, and we're not gonna talk about how good of a start they've had because we're so focused on the Lakers, Clippers, and Nets getting off to crappy starts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I mean, to lead sportscasts, it's about how bad they are, and then how good these teams you just mentioned are.
Exactly. One in particular being the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'll have Travis Demers on with me. I'm thinking we're gonna tape today, and it will air during the show tomorrow, or it may be one day. It may be one day after that, but load management is the brainchild of say it, Cole. Say it.
They can. Cool McCain. How was Philly, brother? I hope it was great, man. Look,
Cool
shout out
McCain
to you all being 7-0.
Cool McCain was singing. He was singing "Fly Eagles Fly," and I loved it.
I hope the link was great, and I hope your fellow Eagles fans treated you wonderfully, bro.
I know they did.
I'm just saying, I told you to look out for the Cavs.
You did.
But everybody's like, nah, they gave up too much. Yes, it's working out for the Jazz, but they gave up too much. They right behind the Bucks.
Now, for those who know Cool McCain, he's also a Nuggets fan when it comes to the NBA. He says the Nuggets should be embarrassed they let the Fakers beat them.
I agree.
Cool.
Well,
I agree.
The Nuggets did beat the Lakers at home. They just couldn't beat them.
They should have blown them out at the Crypt Keeper joint.
That's awesome, brother. I'm glad.
The Nuggets suck on the road. Oh, they lost in road games.
And they have sucked on the road for a couple of years now.
Which one came to the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
And the Portland one, they got their behinds blown out.
Well, that is all of that. And then some.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Like,
it's true. He's right. He's right. Oh, Lordy.
Just because it's the media. No, when I cover basketball, I cover what needs to be covered, not what wants to be covered.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Well,
that's what we do. Playmaker.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what Cole does. That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what Cool McCain does. That's what Victor does. Real sports journalists cover what needs to be covered.
That's what should be done. Here's another thing. Why are we not talking about the only lone undefeated team in the NBA?
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Milwaukee. Well, I said
why are we not mentioning them at all?
Well, I said up top Milwaukee was going to be a problem. In fact, the two teams I mentioned at the top of the Eastern
and they will be. And I do that before
the two teams I mentioned at the top of the Eastern Conference that were going to be a problem. And Cole, you know this when we did our NBA preview, the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And they're
my Eastern Conference Finals.
The East.
Mm-hmm. My Eastern Conference Finals right there.
Mine also.
They'd be mine as well.
Mine also.
Here's the
thing. I had someone ask me, "Don't you trust Miami to get back?" No, they are worn out.
No,
Miami is worn. Miami is spent.
I'm sorry, they shot their load. Let's put it that way.
Yes,
they shot their load. Their best shot was last year. They couldn't get it done against,
and they didn't take advantage of it.
They didn't take advantage. They couldn't do it against a team that's younger, that's hungrier, and that's that. And look, tip the cap to them. They fight hard, but they just don't have it anymore.
They don't have the strength and they don't have the endurance. And something, playmaker, that you mentioned, Miami played 8 straight days in the bubble,
right?
And by the time the Fakers got to them, it was all over but the shouting.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Lakers had days of rests in between each of their the games they played
Yep.
in
five
each
games
round.
5 games against Portland, 5 against
The Rockets.
the Rockets, and then 5 against Denver.
Yeah, so they had days of
15
rest in
games
between
as opposed to, I believe it was 19
Mhm.
for Miami.
Yeah, so they had days of rest
It was 19
in
games?
between each series.
Exactly.
And
when you get that kind of rest, and the Lakers,
especially with the age, and especially the age of one of their players, that's beneficial.
You can't tell me the Lakers didn't benefit from 4 months of rest.
Plus, they didn't travel anywhere, so
Right.
how could
Everything
that
was
not
played.
be beneficial?
Everything was played. Everything was played in one place. And thank you, Latina. She said, I shared you on Twitter. Don't know how it works, but it helps. It does. It does help. And let me say this also, Cole, if you'll put this up kindly, please. If you all can do me a favor before we get out of here, let's try to reach a $200 daily goal, and you can do that by hitting the Cash App, and the tag you need is Tallman Dr. K 50. I'm going to create a quick overlay for that. I've been in the lab off and on for the past 20 minutes. All right, you can take that matter down. But getting back to what we were talking about, how are you going to say the Lakers did not benefit from all the rest that they got? How you gonna? I had someone. Give me the picture, Cole.
Oh Lord, no.
So I had a conversation with a bronsexual, and this is the only time I will mention this during this Tuesday program. And this bronsexual fixed his mouth to say,
quote,
the Lakers' hardest road was in 2020.
Close quote.
Actually, I said that wrong, and I have my notes in front of me. Open it again.
Quote.
LeBron's hardest championship was 2020.
Close quote. Wonder Bread Choir.
I'll say this.
I absolutely love you for that, Cole.
That was everybody's hardest championship because everybody was under the same circumstances.
But see, why do they?
It's the situation. You in a bubble. You can't be around family. You can't sleep in your own bed. Everything that you normally do is out of rhythm.
Yeah.
Like everybody's under that same umbrella. That's why the Clippers melted down mentally in the bubble.
Well, Paul George in particular, yeah.
Pandemic P. How's that? Pandemic P.
But far as LeBron James, his hardest championship
to me was 2016.
16.
It was 2016.
16. Well, you know how you know how these people think. I will not. I'll save it to the.
Save it to tomorrow. Save it to tomorrow.
Damn.
Trust me, you have a full 2 hours tomorrow to get it off your chest. A full 2 hours.
And I got plenty.
I'm pretty sure.
And I got especially.
Oh, I got some stuff too.
I will tease by saying this. In the midst of watching A, college football with my honey, and B, the World Damn Series. Who do you think was trying to find me on social media?
You know what? I'm glad you brought up college football.
Man, you know what? Let me do this playmaker style.
You know what? I might want to come on tomorrow is to talk college football real quick.
Bring it on.
The college football come out tonight.
Bring it on, dude.
Because I haven't talked college football on here yet. I think it's
we'll fix that. We'll fix that tomorrow.
Hot TV. But you know who didn't fall in the bubble? Yo Kang. Oh Lord.
Wonder Bread Tabernacle Choir, please?
Oh, sure. Without fail.
And what's the question I often ask? I think there's a clip in there that'll answer that.
Let me see.
Who told this lie? Thank you.
Who made that comment?
That would be the Hawk TV.
Hawk TV.
So
So you're telling me
you're
hopping on a bubble championship, which is the only championship LeBron got for the Lakers since he been in LA.
Mm-hmm.
What happened the other 3 years he's been there?
And Trisha, that is the playmaker, aka Daryl Silence, but that this is his style.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he rocks it.
Until LeBron can bring a championship to LA,
A true one.
LeBron would not be considered a great LA Laker.
LeBron's
A great Cavalier.
He should be considered He should be considered a great Cavalier.
Actually, no.
Well, he has to be, considering that he brought them a chip.
He fulfilled his promise.
He got a stimulus package out the ass.
Unfortunately, though,
but he still fulfilled his promise.
And look, I get it, brother. Unfortunately, unlike
Brad
Doherty, you got to hear this. Unlike Brad Doherty and Larry Nance and Mark Price, LeBron James brought them a chip. I know it's sad. I know it sucks, but
it stinks.
He has that over every other person who has donned the Cavaliers jersey. Now, you can debate that with the Heat, and you certainly can debate that with the Lakers, but
you ain't debate nothing. He ain't debate nothing with the Lakers. He ain't even in the conversation.
He's not even in the Lakers.
But understand this ridiculousness. There are some fools who actually will put him, LeBron, in the Mount Rushmore of Lakerdom.
You got to be kidding me.
I wish I was kidding you.
You know what, y'all?
You have got to be. You have absolutely got to be kidding me.
I wish I was kidding you.
You lucky I got to go to work. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back.
I sincerely wish I was kidding you. Some people do. I'm like, are you kidding me?
All right, let me get.
They actually put LeBron on the.
Yes.
I take that back. I will see y'all tomorrow. Just because of that statement, I will see y'all tomorrow.
All right, brother. Are you hanging out with us for the whole show?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll answer that. Yes.
But I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, brother. Be safe, man.
All right,
be
brother.
safe. That's the playmaker Darnell Solins joining us here on the program, and let's take a break and let's take a break and come back because we got to prime the pump for tomorrow.
Prime the pump, okay.
And I'm not talking about just the LJPN either. And besides, I got to be in the lab for a couple of minutes because I got some overlays to do that will kind of strengthen what we do presentation-wise. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Back in fo.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. You'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker.
Have you had a chance to visit the Snowman in the Morning shop yet? You haven't? Then what are you waiting for? Go to officialsitmorn.com. Check out the shop when you type in the word shop, and you'll see things like, a coffee mug that's available, a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and a whole lot more. And while you're buying items from the Snowman in the Morning shop, you can support the Snow Strong Carolina mission. We got a lot to do in a short time to get there. Go to officialsitmorn.com/shop. Check out all of the gear and wear the same gear that the crew wears. And when you're doing that, tell them Snowman sent you.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
Why did you do that? Lord have mercy.
You did it to me yesterday. You did it to me yesterday. As I often tell my beautiful wife, I don't break the rules. I just bend the hell out of them. That's Cole Johnson. I'm the Snowman as we get ready to bring it down the home stretch here on this Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. And
I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, okay.
You were?
I was like, okay, I think we got about another minute of commercials or so. Okay, I'll cruise in this commercial break. All of a sudden I hear Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I'm like, no.
I saw the look on your face in the back room. But see, this is Victor's fault because he wrote the script.
No.
Ryan. That's
Ryan
Ryan's
wrote.
fault.
Ryan
wrote the script.
Mm-hmm.
See, and Ryan put the script down, and that happened. That's all I have to say. Ryan put the script down, and then that happened.
That was a stroke of genius to have for
Yeah,
you to have Bass do it because Chris delivered it beautifully.
Well, who else is going to record it?
Yeah.
Who else is going to put the voice to it? I certainly wasn't. I can't. Not that. No. Ain't no way.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ain't no way.
I was like, he actually delivered it, and this actually could pass for a commercial if it was a real product. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. As soon as he finished saying, I said, that will be a commercial that I will make. Oh, what did you do? Well, sir, you did the following.
LJPN is sponsored by HoFacts. Before she hoe, and you gotta know, tell her to show me the HoFacts.
That's your fault, Victor. That's absolutely your fault, Victor. Not complaining, but that's absolutely your fault, Victor. Love the hell out of it, but hey,
yes, I do too. I take
credit for. There you go. You can't go wrong with that.
No.
All right. You cannot go wrong with that.
And I said the same when I saw the text. I was like, okay, eventually I'm going to have to make that into a commercial. As soon as I saw the text.
Oh
my.
And all that will get played tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
All of that will get played tomorrow.
Oh my God.
All those commercials. Hell, I may have an ingenious commercial of my own. Actually, I got 3 ads I got to record today and get them to you so we can get the new commercials in the new ads in rotation.
Okay.
Boy, show me the whole facts. I'm sorry, but before she hoe, and you gotta know. Victor, you idiot.
That was brilliant.
It was.
That was
absolute brilliance. And the chat comes up with some brilliant ones.
Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They
Yes, they do.
They come up with some brilliant ones. Ryan McCarthy, Victor Locke. And then we get Chris Bass on Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Chris Bass is ever popular. Gotta hope. Which made Cole walk out the room. And you know how you often say that you heard Wise distinctly, besides me laughing and Chris Bass going off, going, you heard Wise distinctly say, stop the lies, stop the cap.
Stop the lies, the cap. Stop the cap.
In the midst of my laughter, I heard you distinctly slam the door and still laugh. That's either one hell of a microphone or what Chris Bass dropped made you laugh that hysterically. I'm choosing option C, both.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a combination of both because this is a pretty good mic.
I'm choosing option C, both.
This is a pretty good mic, but I laughed hard because that was the closed door.
We heard you slam the door. I didn't think about asking you that until that following Monday. Because it kept playing in my head, and I kept playing the bit, and it's like, wait a minute. He got up, he walked out, slammed the door, and we still heard him laugh. And then when you opened the door and came back in, you couldn't even finish your sentence without laughing.
Oh Lord, no, sick.
Oh no.
Tomorrow's edition of the Bronze Section Confessions is sponsored by Penis 15 Water. Limited edition LeBron James yellow and purple. Oh Lord.
Note the operative words. Limited edition. Limited edition, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
I believe Chris Bass said it best. What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, Lord have
you can't go wrong with that, man.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Or as I heard in a cartoon, you can't get more natural than that, man.
Oh Lord. Ryan, PS15 Water, now proudly served at all Club Shay Shay locations nationwide. Lord. Yes, now I can definitely play it. And it makes sense. Oh Lord. Goodness gracious.
I hate you, Ryan, for that, but I hate you, Ryan, for that, but damn it, brilliant. Freaking brilliant.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
And here's cool.
Oh no.
And Confessions of a Bronze Sexualist. Oh, I'm sorry. And Confessions of a Bronze Sexualist sponsored by Club Shay Shay, where questions are answered.
How do you put it in your
Oh, good.
How do you put it in your intro? There is no end in sight.
Nope. None. Victor says, new drink being made at Club Shay Shay. Nectar from the joystick. It's a difference between PS15 water and joy juice.
This hasn't gone off the rails. This has become absolutely sick while going off the rails.
Nectar from the joystick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the LJPN is brought to you by Nectar from the Joystick. Whenever you visit Club Shay Shay, remember to ask for Nectar from the Joystick.
A mix between Penis 15 water and joy juice. Lord have mercy.
You know, we could easily turn that into 30 or 60 seconds if that was an actual product.
That's the messed up part.
Yes! Confessions of a Bronze Sexual, sponsored by Club Shay Shay, where all questions are answered. See, why is both of our brains turning at 100 miles an hour with some of these comments that we're seeing?
That's the messed up part. I'm like, oh my
Both
God.
of our brains are turning at 100 miles an hour.
These are
right
all
now.
ideas. I just don't know which one to roll with first. That's the messed up part.
Well, there's 3. Oh, God.
Ryan says, hey, Victor, it comes in a shot glass. Always
misses
and
leaves you demanding your money back.
Especially,
Pow!
especially in the LA clubs.
You know the old Batman they shot in the 60s, the live action Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, my next 3 letters are pow with all the exclamation points.
6 says, I can see a poster of Cinnamon and Delicious serving that drink.
I have a twisted question in my mind.
What's that? What's a twisted question?
Which one's cinnamon and which one's delicious?
Oh, good Lord. Victor says, welcome to Club Shay Shay. I'm sorry. Welcome to Club Shay Shay, where all your dreams come true. We don't fully understand your dreams, and frankly, you scare us. But hey, we don't judge.
See, how come we're going to fill 4 minutes with this frivolity? I actually see it.
Yeah. Cool says, nectar is to be served at room temperature or higher. And Victor says, yeah, that's more Westbrook's drink, Ryan.
Oh no!
Yes,
now Hawk's getting in on the fun.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to him. He says, yeah, the one that says always business leaves you demand your money back. Hawk TV, he says, today's segment of the LJPN is sponsored by Haterade. That's right, Haterade. Remember, if you have a secret, then you can keep it when you drink Haterade. Oh my gosh.
Bravo to all in the chat today. We have a double play now. Welcome to Club Shay Shay, where all of your dreams come true. We don't fully understand your dreams, and frankly, you scare us, but hey, we don't judge. And then Ryan backdoors it by saying, then it comes garnished with a chicken wing. How do you garnish something with a doggone chicken wing, man?
Oh, okay. Wise, this is to you. Are you going to chastise the chat and say, come on, y'all, it's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday.
He's already chastised the chat because we can hear it in his voice. I mean, we can hear his voice.
So what are you gonna tell the chat, Wise? Do not type on them buttons. What, you gonna tell them that now, Wise? This is the chat. We didn't encourage it. That's
no, we didn't encourage it.
We didn't encourage it. They came up with all this brilliance. I ain't gonna discourage it. But
speaking of Wise, hell. It's like a always
don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not press that button. I don't care. It's Friday.
You heard all types of Brooklyn come out in his voice after that.
Don't do it. Oh my Lord. Oh,
a dry, unseasoned
chicken wing. Lord.
Snowman, I have my headphones to pitch the bane of sports. You know what? You send me a sample script and I'll voice that doggone thing.
Oh, I know you would.
I'll voice that thing. Emails from Snowman is brought to you by GM and Coaching for Dummies. Then, of course, after Wise says, don't do it, do not push that button, this happened.
What I have to do to
Cole.
What I have to do to you?
What
that came straight off of sexual confessions.
I only played the intro. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything else. I just played the intro.
He timed it perfectly.
He sure did. He sure did.
That's why I was laughing like I did. I was like, oh, he timed that beautifully.
And he was off camera.
He was off camera.
What did I would do to you?
Sick quoting Bugs Bunny. I'm going to hate myself in the morning, but I'll
probably hate myself in the morning. Just as Bugs is about to put a hook into Elmer's clothing while Elmer was fishing.
Oh, well, I know why it's already. I know why it's already locked up. Cool. I'm doing this. I'm doing this so when he watches this back.
He will.
Yeah,
and he will.
That I'm doing it for that reason.
Survivor picks. I wanted to pitch on. Send me the pitch.
Come on, brother.
Let's do it.
Come on, brother.
Matter of fact, Hawk, we got a few minutes. Put your pitch in the chat. Let's see what we got.
Come on, brother. Come on. Yeah.
Because we got what? 9 weeks worth of picks left? 10?
9. 9.
Weeks. This frivolity is brought to you. Oh,
no. I'm sorry. 10. I forget.
We got 10 weeks.
I forgot.
Yo, Hawk,
18 weeks.
We got 10 weeks worth of picks left.
Send them, brother. Yeah.
Send me your pitch. I'll put a price to it. And then Cole and I will put voices and pictures to it. This frivolity, oh Lord, sick. I hate
this frivolity is brought to you by
Brownie the Elf.
The Keebler Elves are on strike, and so were the Browns until last night.
So that leads me to think they're going to go back on strike.
Correct.
That leads me to think that the Browns, who have been so inconsistent since they returned to play in 1999, they're going to be just as inconsistent as before. Yeah. It leads me to think that. Of course, some Browns fan will yell at me.
Mold him! Oh, don't cut it. It's now time for me to return the favor.
Did I beat you to it?
I hate you for that.
What?
Because I was certainly going to plan to do it. I was like, man, yeah. Yeah, the Browns, they came back, they played like they were energized, and they actually gave a crap. But yeah, they're gonna go back to one to play so they can have the brass tell to the head coach of the Browns. You're fired.
And Browns fans will tell us,
mold him. Goodbye. Sure was gonna do that. I was like, yeah. And Browns fans was gonna mold him. Was gonna do that.
That's what Faker fans are saying to us.
Oh yeah,
we actually speak the truth about their team and about their Kang.
Yo, Kang sucks. Mold him.
Hold up.
You climbed on my plane. You
do it again.
Plane. Yo, Kang sucks. Mold him.
Damn it. Do it one more time.
Oh, Yo, Kang is old. Mold him. Yo, Kang can't come up and be the number one man on the Lakers. Mold him. Yo, Kang will not be the greatest of all time, even passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Mold him.
Sorry.
That's right.
I cut in.
No, that's all right. Yo, Kang is not Michael Jordan. Mold him. Yo, Kang is not Stephen Curry. Mold him. Yo, Kang is not the greatest basketball player of all time. Mold him. Yo, Kang is not the greatest basketball player of today's time. Mold him. In fact, Yo, Kang is not the best player on the Lakers. Mold him. And the one thing we want to say to all you Brown sexuals so badly, mold him. Don't make me sick.
Oh no.
Oh yes, cool. I'm addressing that tomorrow. Yes, I saw that.
I will piggyback on that.
I am addressing this tomorrow. Yes.
That's our front. I got the title for when I put the audio podcast up. The final segment will be titled "Off the Rails."
Yeah, that's what Andrew said. Off the rails, and I love it. Here's
Lord.
here's Hawk TV's pitch.
Coldplay is crashing this plane.
No survivors. That's when Bane dialogues with the Snowman in the Morning crew with an evil banter. Okay.
That can actually work. Now, I'm going to prime the pump for tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm going to go off the rails, and I expect you to push the right button by saying...
I know that's not the button. I'm just setting you up.
Yo Kang sucks.
Oh, yes, definitely. Hold on. Moon him!
Yo Kang cannot play basketball.
Moon him!
Yo Kang cannot play forward.
Moon him!
Yo Kang is a horrible point guard.
Moon him!
Yo Kang is a horrible leader.
Moon him!
Yo Kang cannot shoot the basketball.
Moon him!
Yo Kang would get worked in the post by Kevin McHale and Larry Bird.
You fired!
Yo Kang is not even better than Thomas Dwayne Chambers.
Moon him!
And no way in hell is Yo Kang in the same league, stratosphere, or area as the real king, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Moon him! I can't believe we now have another what? Wow.
It's your fault.
We now have another what? Lord.
And we're gonna wear that sumbitch out. You do realize this, don't you?
Oh my gosh.
You do realize that.
Moon him.
It's your fault for saying it, and it's my fault for cutting it.
Oh my gosh.
Because as soon as I cut it and send it to you, I knew we had a winner.
Oh my gosh. I just couldn't believe when I was seeing into the chat. I was like, oh my gosh. Yep. Mood him actually does something. Mood him actually does something. I'm like, wow, okay.
And the first two to repeat it, besides myself, were Andrew and A Pizzle.
Andrew and A Pizzle. And almost trying to beat each other to say it first.
Yep. Within a second of each other.
I'm like, oh Lord. So it's caught on. And then right after that, I was like, okay, so
you realize you've created a monster.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big of a monster I created.
Oh, and think of Bill Bixby turning into Lou Ferrigno. That. Tomorrow on the program, we got all of that. Plus, I'll have a Snowman's take on why the 49ers are the most dangerous team in the NFC. I'm sorry, Cool McCain, but I have my reasons. And I wouldn't be surprised. And I'll also back that up with a double take of why I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Eagles and Frisco in the NFC Championship. Because they're the two most complete teams in the NFL right now.
Well, then looks like the two teams is playing at least the best and most cohesive in the NFC right now. No question.
Because I don't trust the Rams. I certainly don't trust the Cardinals. And then there's the scepter of Geno Smith.
I don't trust Geno. It's not the Seahawks I don't trust.
It's Geno.
It's Geno I don't. Yeah.
It's Geno Smith. Why the hell would you trust him?
Yeah, because they actually have the running back in Kenneth Walker III.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, if they feed him the rock, I like the Seahawks' chances. And their defense is starting to come around. But Geno is the one I don't trust. Although, yes, I understand the first 8 games of the year, he actually has been really good. I totally understand that. I still don't trust him.
Yeah. And plus, they have to play the Arizona Cardinals this week.
Oh, that should be
You know what? I hope that game ends in a 6-6 tie.
Oh, like they did one year?
In Phoenix.
The Sunday night till at that. In
Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And which had Al Michaels saying several times in overtime, that's impossible.
Hawk TV says, Snowman, if it's hit with you guys, I'll take payment in the form of gaining experience on the show.
Well, let's see what we can do.
I seriously think this would be a hit, especially for the show. Man, thank you for even wanting to do this.
Thank you.
Straight up, brother. Thank you for even wanting to do it. And I agree with Cool when he says the Bane voice is amazing. Yeah, I love his voice too.
You know who would be the perfect voice for doing Bane? Bass.
Bass. I was going to say bass.
All right, let's scat. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then you will get this for a response. You're fired. All right, I'm sorry.
I hate you for that. But I love you at the same time because it's perfect.
Then your dreams are simply not big enough. And Cool says that he'll be dropping a video after Thursday night about the only undefeated team in the NFL.
Hey, Mr. McCain, y'all may see us in January. There's a lot that needs to happen. I know that. I know there's a lot that needs to happen. But right now, like you said, the Eagles and 49ers are the two most cohesive teams in the NFC. I don't trust the Cardinals. I don't trust the Seahawks. I certainly don't trust the Rams. I damn sure don't trust the Vikings.
Oh, don't.
And don't get me. And I damn sure don't trust the Cowboys.
Just put the Vikings on national TV, and that'll take care of them. And then there's two divisions that they just cancel each other out.
NFC Divisional Playoffs 2019, anyone? We'll leave it there. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.